nice morning. Morning. I keep hearing lots and lots of fish jumping behind me. Those are the good things. Bad things is the mosquitoes are out, of course, too. Yeah, I've been here already. All the rain has definitely activated them. There's one right now. You hear me smack, that's what it is. That's why the fish are jumping so much too. And one comes with the other. You don't get the fun parts of the fish jumping without the mosquitoes too, I guess. It's pretty funny though. The sun is setting. I mean, sorry, the moon is setting. It's still really bright above us. It's pretty cool. Nice morning. Observations of the day so far. So, in the last month, I posted a whole lot of tips on how to avoid stress via trying to reduce your to-do list. To-do lists are great, but they also provide a lot of stress too, because you look at that list of all the things that need to be done. And one of the last, I think it was the last tip probably that I put out, was to avoid perfection. Which I was looking at that and I was thinking, God, that probably didn't make a lot of sense to people. So I thought I'd explain it a little bit today. And this is part of a class that I teach, but I thought it would be helpful to just throw out all the tips and you guys could see them. But without some explanation, some of them don't make a lot of sense, because we've been told our whole life to do the best we can, to strive for perfection, not avoid it. But in the case of a to-do list, perfection a lot of times causes us an immense amount of stress and prevents us actually from accomplishing our tasks. So for many years, I ran a software engineering company, and part of that job was that I had to write quite a few proposals. And when I wrote those proposals, there was a due date, of course. And the proposal was really honestly done when the due date came, right? I mean, I could work on that proposal probably for years. I could keep working on it. But in the end, it was going to be done when I had to turn it in. I mean, a lot wrote on those proposals, so I would probably be working on them for years. I would always be one more thing I could do to make it better. One more twitch, one more thing, one more little font change, one more little marketing blurb that I could throw in. But eventually the due date came, and so that's when it was done. And one of the things that taught me when I did that was that if you don't set yourself a due date on all your to-do list and your task list, then you are going to keep at it, probably past the time that it really didn't matter. There's a point where perfection, kind of like there's a tipping point, right? Where it's good enough for what you need to do. Maybe polishing that silver to the last little level doesn't really matter if you're going to put it away and not use it till next year. Polish it well enough. And so, in many cases, we can avoid the stress that comes with to-do lists if we avoid the perfection. We do it well enough. And this also, this does not apply to your to-do list, but one of the things that I think, and I see people afraid to try things, it's because they think they have to do it perfectly. They're doing these videos. There's a great example. I was terrified. The first one of these, I sat here and I'm like, I'll mess it up. I'll say the wrong thing. I don't know where to put the camera. I'm still not great at it. I still keep changing things and, tweaking this, that, and the other. And I'll never be perfect at it. I'm not a video person. I'm not a video professional. But if I didn't just say, you know what, it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. I'm learning as I go along, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit that start button. And I wouldn't have done the first one or the second one or the 100th one. And each one, hopefully, it's a little bit better. I learned something from it. And you're never going to get to the learning and to the better if you think you have to do it perfect the first time out. I like to use this acronym FAIL, which is, to me, the first attempt in learning. Because each time that you fail, or maybe not do something quite perfect the way we think it should be done, you learn something. Like that kid who's first learning to walk, falls on his butt a lot, but it doesn't bother him. He gets back up, keeps walking, and each time he gets up, he learns something. He does it just a little tiny bit better. So unlike a lot of things that you read and a lot of things that people tell you, strive for perfection. It's not always necessary. And sometimes it's not beneficial. So that's my tip for the day. And besides that, the other tip is you should get up in the morning and watch the sunrise. Listen to the birds. Maybe down the fish film. The word birds I actually love. You can listen to them. They're all excited about their day. What might happen. Good morning to all of you. I love to see sometimes you guys, when I do these videos, you guys post some comments and your thoughts. And you guys have some good ideas too. I love little things that you add to this conversation. So if you have any ideas or maybe some stories about how you avoid perfection, I'd like to hear those too. And if not, just say good morning. I like that too. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next Tuesday. Just like that, let's watch the sunrise. Clouds and the sun is behind them. Just a little bit shining up on them. And then from there it shines back down to the river. So it's a pretty morning.